What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, early this morning, I posted a video based on some news from promoter Eddie Hearn. He had basically offered Amir Khan a fight with his fighter, Kell Brook, Special K. In my video, I'm giving props to both fighters, saying it would be a hell of a matchup. The UK fans, I feel, will support it, to English men going at it. And I thought it was a really good fight. And then I do my running around and then I'm reading, and it looks like Amir Khan has just completely rejected the idea. So even though Amir Khan was being offered $5 million to $8 million from what it's reported, he turned down the Kell Brook offer, and his only reason being Kell Brook hasn't earned it, and he feels that going from being a name talked about in the Floyd Mayweather clash to going to Kell Brook is basically a downgrade. That's what he's alluding to. Now, I'm not trying to sound like it's just like I'm just trying to pick on Khan, but certain fighters, Adrian Broner, Amir Khan, Victor Ortiz, they do certain things. Zab Judah, another one. They do certain things to me, and I'm just a vocal person. I'm brutally honest. You either love me for it or you hate me for it. But I speak my mind. And I think it's some bullshit. And I just hate the double standards in boxing. I feel like we need to get back to the old school, the way boxing used to be. Now, fighter A does something, and it's blasphemy. Everybody hates that fighter. The fighter is this and that. He's a bitch. He's a pussy. He's scared. Fighter B does it. And I see fans making excuses for why it's justifiable. So these rules aren't transitioning to fighter B from fighter A, but the rule definitely applies to fighter A. Now, with Amir Khan, I don't know what kind of fantasy fucking delusional world he's living in, but fact of the matter is, you're saying Kell Brook has done nothing. Okay, he has a soft resume. I give you that. He hasn't really beat a remarkable name. He beat Carson Jones. He beat Sinchenko. He's still undefeated. But the fact of the matter is this, even though his resume is soft, he's still done more at the division in which you want to fight Floyd Mayweather at welterweight than you have, because he's at least fought there. You haven't fought at welterweight. So for you to discredit him like it's not a solid opponent, I just don't understand Khan's mentality. It sounds like you're ducking, like you don't want the fight. You know you were in talks for the Mayweather fight. You think it's still a potential candidate. So now you don't want to fight Kell Brook because it's high risk, low reward. That's what it sounds like, because you got to read between the lines, folks. And if somebody's saying this is the reason, okay, that's fine. He's saying Kell Brook hasn't earned it. Maybe if he earned a title, then possibly they can get it on and fight. So you got to read between the lines, folks. And to me, I don't see what Amir Khan, where he's coming from. I don't understand his platform. He's moving up in weight from 140 to 147. Earlier at 140, he looked like he was the thing to beat. He was getting pumped by HBO at the time. And in his recent performances at 140, he hasn't looked great. Now you're moving into a new weight division, and there's a potential big fight in terms of the crowd participation. I feel a good turnout. There's a rivalry that was brewing, and it'd be a good fight. And the fighter has already established himself somewhat at 147. And then you discredit the fight and pretty much shit on it like it's not a good fight, and your only reason is because he hasn't done anything. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I feel Khan is living in some kind of like fantasy island, the plane, like some kind of fantasy world where he feels he's better than what he is, or he's done more, he's proven. And the fact of the matter is, this is boxing. There's not really many guys who have consistently remained at a certain level. They've either retired or took losses or fell off, like Kermit Cintron or whoever. And Khan hasn't looked good recently. So for him to be acting all high and mighty like he's above a Kell Brook fight, I don't understand it. I understand you want a Mayweather fight, but how do you think you're going to get the Mayweather fight? You're going to have to fight, in my opinion, one of the young, hungry lions. That's going to be Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, or maybe even a Luis Collazo. Those are really like the doors 1, 2, 3, and 4 or whatever to get to a Mayweather fight. You have to prove yourself. Who you get fighting a Berto or something, and you guys are in the same camp, so that probably wouldn't even happen. So I don't know who he thinks he's going to be able to fight. Mayweather didn't pick you. You have to go on with your career. Victor Ortiz, we don't know. He says he's going to continue. Maybe he should retire. Maybe he keeps fighting. Who does Khan think he's going to fight? Like, I really just don't understand it. Like, who is he going to fight? And in my opinion, if what you're saying is true and you feel Kell Brook hasn't earned it and you're levels above him, leagues above him, why not fight him? At the very least, you're going to get $5 to $8 million, maybe even some more if it's on pay-per-view, which it should be in the UK, Sky Sports or whatever. Get pay-per-view, get some credibility by beating a young, strong, undefeated fighter, and he's a mandatory. He's the mandatory. He's in a mandatory position, and get your respect. And if it's so easy and your leagues above him and levels above him, why not take the fight instead of going after a Sean Porter or a Keith Thurman, who are a little bit more certified there? I would say their resumes are better than Kell Brook. They fought Jesus Soto Caras. They fought Devin Alexander. They fought Julio Diaz twice and looked better than Khan did, etc. between the two of them. So if Kell Brook is a piece of cake, why not fight him? Like, why don't you just fight him, get that out of the way, make a whole hell of a lot more money than you probably would make fighting Sean Porter or Keith Thurman, great fighters, but they haven't built their brand. At the very least, we know Kell Brook and Amir Khan will do numbers in England. So I really don't get it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, if you agree with this. I think the Amir Khan and Kell Brook would be a hell of a fight, and I think it would put him in a position to get bigger fights with whoever has a belt, with Floyd Mayweather possibly in September, should Mayweather get past Maidana. I just don't agree with easily just shutting it out. Who are you going to fight? Robert Guerrero? Shane Mosley retired. Like, who's he going to fight? That's with Golden Boy at 47. And I don't want to see, I almost don't even want to see a Lamont Peterson rematch, to be honest, because he's moving up in weight, and who knows if Lamont Peterson was even prepared to move up to 147. So you're trying to align yourself with a Mayweather fight. Now, I don't doubt that Lamont Peterson couldn't be a good fight, but to my knowledge, Lamont Peterson didn't have any kind of plans to move to 47. That's what you want to do. You outgrew the division, or you want to move for whatever reason. So are we going to see Lamont Peterson at a catch weight? I mean, that's stupid. That doesn't, to me, fighting Lamont Peterson and beating him at a catch weight doesn't guarantee you a Mayweather payday should Mayweather get past Maidana. It just doesn't. Fight an actual welterweight, somebody who has welterweight fights under their belt before you fight him, who has actually looked good in their recent performances, and then you can maybe talk getting a Mayweather payday. You know what I mean? But until then, it's like, I just don't see where Khan's head's at, really. And I'm not trying to clown, I'm just being honest. You also got guys like Pacquiao and Bradley, but the likelihood those fights would happen based on the Cold War, not really likely. But I really feel he has to fight somebody established at welterweight if he's expecting to get this shot at Mayweather. Let me know what you think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.